In this lesson, I wanted to show you some things that have helped me drastically on time management and how to be really productive and how to get the most use out of your time without wasting time.
So that you can apply it in your own life and get more done in less time.
Some of you have been talking about in the group that you had questions about this and how to most efficiently manage your time. The first thing that you need to set straight is, what is your goal? What is your goal that you need to accomplish? So the first step you need to do is you need to have a clearly defined goal. Because what we're going to do is we're going to work backwards. And if we don't have a clearly defined goal, then you're just going to be shooting in the dark and you're not going to have a systemized process in order to be able to execute every single bit of your time the most efficiently. So you first have a goal. The second step that you must do is you must set a deadline to the goal. All right? So you need the goal and then you need a deadline to the goal. Because this is the interesting thing, is what is achieved under pressure disappears when the pressure is no more. That's something a mentor of mine told me when I was a teenager, and it always stuck with me. Because if you think about it when you were in school and you had tests and you had things that you needed to get accomplished. And a lot of the time, I know I was a procrastinator and I actually got it done the night before or just like right at the deadline, because that deadline is what pushes us as humans to get things done. Otherwise, there's no sense of urgency, and urgency is one of the main attributes that allows humans to take action. That's why I always recommend that you use some form of urgency in your marketing for your products and services. So we got a goal, okay? We got a deadline. You're gonna give it a set date. After that, you're going to have to make a to-do list, all right? So you're going to have a to-do list, because what we need to do is we need to make a list of everything that needs to happen in order to achieve this deadline. Not to achieve the deadline, to achieve the goal. So you look at the goal. So let's say the goal is I need to, let's just say I'm going to write a book, right? Or like a mini book, like a 20-page book. So I'm going to say the book, right? So then I have a to-do list. What do I need to do for the to-do list? I need to research, I need to have some kind of cover designed, right? It's like a whole bunch of bullet points that you got to do. And you're going to put it in the to-do list, okay? So that's the next step. So then what you're going to do is, once you get to step 4, boom, is you're going to do an audit of what you're doing in your week currently to get a good understanding of how you're using your time, how efficient you've been using your time, and it's gonna kind of lift the veil where you're like, oh, and you're gonna be like, this is why I'm where I'm at, this is where I need to go. So this is how you're gonna organize this. We're gonna come back to this page, but let's talk about how you're gonna audit your week, all right? So we're gonna audit our week right here. So what you got here is you got a Monday, okay? And you're gonna say 8 a.m., 9 a.m., 10 a.m., 1 p.m., etc., etc., etc. On each hour, you're going to write down what you did for 7 days straight. You have to do it for 7 days straight. You're going to write down everything you did, okay? And then it's going to be filled in. By the end of the week, you're going to do one of these for every single day of the week. It's going to be like Monday, there's going to be a Tuesday, and then Wednesday, and it's going to be every single day of the week for 7 days. And then once this is complete, you're going to go back to this list at the end of the week, and you're going to give a rating to every single activity. All right? So you're going to give either a 1-star, a 2-star, or a 3-star to everything on this chart. So on Monday, let's say I checked email, right? Let's say I researched. Let's say I made phone calls to land a deal or something, like right there, okay? So basically you look at the goal, right? So you look at the main goal, and you're gonna give an important rating to what each one of these moves the needle forward of the main goal. So if checked email, I mean, I gotta do it, so I'm gonna give it a 2 stars, right? Researched, that's important too. So I would give it a 3 stars because you got to research. Phone calls to land deals, 3 stars, okay? You're gonna do this for everything. And then maybe I had something else where I watched Netflix, all right? So I had a Netflix. I watched a little bit of Netflix during that time. So what's gonna happen is Netflix, is that moving the needle forward? Is Netflix moving the needle forward for the main goal? No. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give it a 1 star, okay? And you're gonna do this for every single activity you had for the week. Then all the 1 stars, you're gonna eliminate them from your life. Eliminate. Or you can set a special time where you have a certain amount of time to enjoy the 1 stars. So you got to look at the 1 stars and you're going to say, am I going to eliminate it or can I set it a time as a leisure activity? But and then some things we just twiddle around and we surf Facebook. So another thing could be in here like, check Facebook, news feed, right? That's a 1 star. Eliminate it or set it a time for a certain window of the day that you say, this is where I'm just going to enjoy mindlessness. All right. So then the 2 stars, you can do this two different ways. So a 2 star can be something that as your career starts to grow and as you start to build a team and as you start to get to that level, 2 stars can be something that you can automate or delegate. Okay, so as you're auditing your productivity throughout the week, you always want to ask yourself, can I automate it, delegate it, or eliminate it, right? Eliminating is 1 stars. Delegating means, well, maybe you can hire someone that can do that kind of stuff and you can spend most of your time on the 3 stars because the 3 stars are your superpower. That's where you're going to spend 90% of your efforts and time into because it's going to be the majority of what's going to propel your career forward, okay? So then 2 stars, you're going to either automate it or delegate it, right? So you're going to do this. And then after you find out where all of your 3 stars are, so you're going to go through and you're going to find all the 3 stars, the most things that are moving your career forward. Once you find the 3 stars, 90% of your time should be filled with 3 stars because these 3 stars are going to just blow you faster to the goal. Okay, and much more efficient of your time, and you're going to be amazed. Because we want to have a lot of 3 stars. Because if we have a lot of 1 stars, that's filler stuff. We don't need it in our life. We need a lot of 3 stars. Okay? So after you get this audit done, and then you get the stars, and then eventually as your career grows, these 2 stars are going to turn into jobs for other people you hire. These 2 stars. At the beginning, you're going to be doing a lot of the 2 stars. I mean, it's just the way it is, okay? So 2 stars and 3 stars. But keep in mind, even if you're doing 2 stars, you want to keep the majority of your time with the 3 stars. Then after that, you have to get used to this word. This word is very important. In fact, it's so important, I'm going to write it in red. All right? This word here is no. It's tough. It's a tough thing to say no to people. You want to go out to lunch here, you want to go hang out here, you want to go do this. No! Often we think we always got to say yes, or somebody wanted you to do some work on something, but if whatever someone is asking you is not related to this main goal of yours, then it's a 1 star. So you got to get real used to saying no. There is a billionaire, I forget his name, but he said, a friend of mine interviewed him and hung out with him for a day and said, what is it that moved your career forward so much? And then he says, you know what moved my career so much forward is that I learned to say no. I said no more than I said yes. So if you can learn to say no, you're going to be able to focus on what your goals are, and you're going to be able to move your career forward more than you were before, because we always get distracted by people saying, oh, do this, oh, do this. And it can be tough. Some of these people you care about and stuff. And you got to weigh it out, Like family is important and close friends are important. Those relationships are important. But sometimes we get hit up to do things, and you've got to learn to say no. It's really important. When I started saying no more, great things really started to start happening. Okay, so then after you get all of this done, you get the audits, you find out your 3 stars, your 2 stars, and the 1 stars you're going to eliminate, and you know the goal. Then what we do is we do a refined daily schedule to-do list, all right? And you're going to really prioritize this refined daily schedule to-do list with the 3s and the 2 stars. And you're going to stick to that schedule. And it's going to propel you to the goal. Okay? I want to share with you, I'm in Dean Graziosi's inner circle, and I pay money to be in it because it's really beneficial to me as far as understanding how really successful people operate. And I want to show you something I learned in his inner circle. Is that all right with you? So in his inner circle, he showed us a concept. I forget who he learned it from, but it's a concept called the onion. All right? And when you understand this, it's going to blow your mind. So you got an onion here. And then when you find out the 3 star, the thing that moves the needle forward, this is at the top of the onion. So let's say that the 3 star thing can produce you $500. Then let's say some 2 star thing, if you spend your time doing it, is going to make you, let's say $100. $100. Then the next thing, let's say that it's another task and you say, well, yeah, I could probably make $50 doing this. And this is just generally speaking what this task would bring you in your career. Okay? The thing that's going to move the needle forward is the stuff that you're really good at, that you know that's going to produce sales and get your message out there. So that's the most valuable thing here, all right? So what you're going to find, this is how all companies are built, this is how all successful people think. You're going to find that if you're spending time down here, it's taken away your focus here to generate this kind of income for you. So what successful people realize is they're like, wait, I can hire somebody for like $65 to do this task that will bring in $100 to the hierarchy of my career. And I can hire someone down here maybe to write these emails for $25, and that will bring in $50 to the hierarchy of my career. See, this is the onion. This is how all successful businesses are, and this is how real wealthy people think, is they spend their 90% of their time on the thing that brings in 90% of the results for them. And then everything else is like a hierarchy of what they can delegate, automate. And they're always thinking about what they can eliminate. That's why so many companies fire people. If it's not producing, they eliminate it, right? And no CEO is going to be doing some job here that they hire someone to do, because they're spending their time here. And that's why they get paid more. The light just went out. But the message is strong. I hope that helps, all right? I just wanted to give you a little insight into what I've been thinking about lately. And I appreciate you guys tremendously.
If you found value in this, I invite you to my free webinar where I show you how to set up a online business so you can do something you love to do and turn it into some sort of profitable income for yourself. Link below in the bio. Don't forget to smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm and subscribe if you enjoy this content.